Hey there, and welcome to the mandatory social interaction show. I just had my game view up and kind of gave away what we're going to be playing.
Oh my
but
God.
I know I'm so unprofessional. I am Tim from Insert Coin Theater, and joined by my co-host, as always, Mr. Ben Burns.
Hey everybody, how you doing
And
today?
we are joined by special guest, Davis, from the Game Grazers. Hi,
Game
Davis.
Grazers!
Not
He even
game
has a
gazers like I always say, because I'm
And not
dyslexic.
Game Grumps
No,
either.
no. Not the Game Grumps.
But
You'd be hot presses
Oops.
if that were the case.
yes, we would be. We would be set.
Hi, I'm Ego Raptor, and welcome to this show that I'm on right now.
Oh my God, is that Aaron Hansen?
Yeah, I don't know how long I
He's in
could
the room with us.
I could sustain that.
Yeah, I would probably wet myself with excitement because that would be awesome. Anyway, so we are joined. This is our second episode. If you missed our first episode, it is a bit of Minecraft. We chat about a ton of topics and have a good old time screwing around in Minecraft. And Davis built us an awesome storage room, so you should go check it out. And but if you are joining us after that episode, thank you very much for watching the first episode. And we hope you enjoyed this one, joined by Davis, because he's awesome. Thanks for joining us, man.
He is awesome.
You
Yes.
are welcome.
So,
Welcome. Oh, do you here? I'll be ready. You ready? You ready? Welcome to mandatory social interaction.
nice.
That's good. That's good. I like that.
I like
that
it
works
a lot.
for me.
Yeah.
You're hired. All right, so we're playing Rogue Legacy.
We are playing Rogue Legacy, and I almost died already.
Well,
I haven't even
you
jumped
guys
in
are playing Rogue Legacy. I'm playing Adobe Premiere Pro.
I need
that's-
to learn. I need to learn Premiere. I need to
now
get
I'm
my chops up on that, because that
was a tough floor.
kind of a requirement for doing really high quality YouTube videos. I mean, I've got it and I can use it. I just at the moment don't know how.
You have a basic understanding of it.
Yes, yeah, I've
Yeah.
got because I used Final Cut Pro for a long time.
Or,
So it's not that different in concepts. It's just flow and layout are of course different between
Yeah.
applications and.
Yeah,
I
and-
mean, like,
no, go ahead.
oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I mean, like, because I've lived in and around digital media for a long time, so like, a lot of times there's like switching from one program to the other. It's like, oh, you just got to get used to the interface or which tools are there. It's like, for a while there, what did I use? I used like PaintShop Pro before I got into Photoshop, and it just took me a while to kind of get through that. But I was like, okay, now I got it.
Right.
So
Yeah, and I was going to say that I use a different software called HitFilm, I think, just because it's free and I can't really afford anything else right now. But it's generally the same thing. It's just lower quality than the Adobe suite, which is either saying
Yeah.
a lot or a little, depending on how you feel about that software.
Right.
yeah, I mean, I kind of needed to do my job, so it was. And it was like at the point like, oh, I need like at least 4 applications, and that would be more expensive than just getting the whole goddamn
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So I have the whole goddamn thing.
Yeah, and I'm getting to that point because I use Photoshop very frequently, and it's like, should I pay $60 a month or whatever? It's just like I might as well just get everything,
Right.
because I'm sure I'll use it.
Well, I know After Effects is really handy. I'm running I'm not on Creative Cloud. I'm not cool enough, but
Yeah, that's what I'm on.
I'm on 5.5, but yeah, it's After Effects I never thought that I'd really use that much, and I started playing with it, and it's Apple Motion on steroids. So because I used the whole Apple suite because I had Apple and went to school and all that stuff, and not for video or anything like that, but in school we were an all Mac kind of place in my high school, which was an interesting thing because they did some really cool pilot stuff in my school that that oh my God, I'm gonna die already again.
Well, I already died once.
That is
but,
Rogue Legacy for you.
They did some super cool stuff in my school where we got our hands on every student actually got a Mac laptop
Oh wow.
that they got to use, and this was a public high school that they got to use for the year. We didn't get to really keep it,
Oh, yeah.
but we get to use it, take it home, use it for the year, and then we give it back at at the end of the year. And so we did all sorts of really cool classes where we learned, you know, like the whole Adobe suite, and we also, well, not the whole Adobe suite. We learned like Photoshop, but we also learned Premiere and After Effects and stuff like that. And that really got me interested in video editing, stuff like that. So not Premiere and After Effects, but Final Cut and Motion. Jesus. I'm having trouble, man. I'm having trouble. My brain is not functioning properly because reasons. I'm still getting over being sick. So.
Yeah, it's been going around.
Yeah,
I definitely have not.
The funk sticks with you for a while too. Like it really gives you the brain fog real bad for a few days. When you work in a technical field, it's kind of hard to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I actually took an energy drink today because I had my 2-hour stream earlier, and then I went right into this basically. And I needed the energy drink, but now I'm feeling kind of woozy, and I'm like, oh god.
Oh yeah, blood sugar gets low. Yeah, I had an energy drink earlier, so that might be contributing a bit. But
yeah. Regardless, I'll survive. I'll tough it out for you guys.
I will survive.
Exactly. So, as always, after we hit record on the last episode, we talked about a couple pretty interesting things. One thing that I wanted to kind of bring up again is just how good it is to have extra people on the show. Just because, and Tim, you used the word synergy, which is very professional of you. But it just creates a very interesting environment where there's like cross-pollination of people and like viewers and like, I don't know, it's very interesting to have that just, I lost my words. But you know what I mean.
yeah, well, to have to have another point of view on the show and stuff makes a big difference. I mean, because I don't know, it is important to cross promote with each other and all that stuff. But another important factor is you get to meet new people.
Yeah.
Like Davis, I've talked to before during the E3. During E3 most recently, we were talking about the announcements and that sort of thing, which was pretty cool. I got to know him a little bit through that, which was really fun. But it's nice to get his perspective and hear his point of view on things, and not to hear your voice all the time, Ben.
I know, right?
I'm just kidding. But
you don't even have to listen to my voice all the time. I can do different voices.
Exactly. He does impressions. So
yeah, which we did on my show. We played Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, and every episode I did a different voice.
Oh boy.
So in the first episode of that, I was
I saw that one. That one was pretty funny.
Yeah.
How was that game?
I really enjoyed it.
It's fun. It's a cool game.
It seems very frenetic, which I kind of liked.
Yeah, like when you really don't know what you're doing, or like even no matter what side you're on, it's like there's really high tension because if you're the disarmer, then you're like, oh my god, this guy's got to talk me through this, and I hope he knows what he's doing. Then, or if you're on this side, like I'm trying to read these instructions, I don't fucking understand these instructions. What the hell's going on? And I'm over here like trying to do voices the entire time. And I've got one point where I'm making like lewd jokes as Bill Clinton.
Nice.
Well, and it seems like a good, like, not to be super businessy, but like a team building exercise almost, where
yeah,
you have to put your trust and faith in this person, and they don't necessarily know what they're doing either, but them's the breaks.
Yep.
Them's the breaks.
That's right. It's a really cool game. I hear it's much more intense in first person because there's a bomb in front of you, and it like actually in VR because it actually looks like there's a bomb in front of you. So
yeah, that sounds kind of scary.
I haven't had a chance to try it in VR yet. So.
Yeah, apparently it's really fun. I've watched a few Let's Plays of it in VR. It's pretty cool looking. Pretty cool little game. I like the renaissance of VR that's kind of come around. I'm not a fan of what oh boy. Not a fan of.
Do I need to talk for a second?
No, I'm just in a really intense spot.
I'm a really big fan of.
Oh boy. I'm not a big fan of Palmer Luckey and the Oculus.
Oh yeah,
that
just in general.
whole CF has been a debacle. Like he wants to treat VR as platforms and like have exclusives to his VR system versus the Vive and things like that, and like they want fragmentation and stuff like that. It's like, really? Like, you want what's bad for the industry? Okay, whatever.
Okay, yeah. I mean, heck, even Microsoft's like, yes, all our Xbox games are coming to Windows 10.
They did revise that. They backpedaled on that. They were like, oh, well, okay, maybe we spoke too soon. And they changed it. Like, it's only certain games. They're like, certain.
That's too
certain
certain
releases.
things.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still better than
funny.
none, but
No,
Yeah.
I'm with you. And I'm hoping that the sales are good so that they'll continue it, because it is a good thing for PC gamers. I personally would prefer not to buy a console if I could avoid it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
That's
can't
just
afford
me.
that stuff anymore.
I have one current gen console, and it's a Wii U.
Yeah, same. Oops.
I'm doing really well. Good
job.
Go me.
You beat the boss yet?
Nope, not that far. Don't get ahead of me now.
I did beat the final boss in Rogue Legacy. I was pretty proud of that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I
really
like
kinda-
roguelikes a lot. I'm just not.
I think it was the first roguelike I played, actually.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think
Well,
the first
I
one. Oh yeah.
I like Metroidvanias, so it was kind of fun in that regard. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh.
there's definitely a lot to go with on this. I think the first one I played was actually FTL, or maybe Binding of Isaac. I can't remember which one came out first.
FTL is a great game. I love FTL. I honestly, I will tell you, I've not played Binding of Isaac because I'm afraid of it.
So good.
I'm so afraid of it. I'll tell you what. It's
Yeah.
intimidating, man. It's super intimidating to look at.
Oh, but it's so good.
Well, actually, it's kind of interesting talking about like games you haven't played, like because I'm doing on the last episode I mentioned my Steam checklist challenge. I'm trying to play through everything on my Steam library, and I coded up a page and I have the ability to like just click a button that says here's a random game into your queue, and one of the games that came up was Gateways. I don't know if you've heard of this game at all.
I've heard
But-
the name, but I don't know much more beyond that.
I ended up playing that game for about 45 minutes, mostly because it was late at night or it was afternoon or something, whatever. I couldn't play it for anyone. But it's essentially a 2D Portal / Metroidvania combination.
I think I have. Yeah, that rings
And-
a bell.
I love Metroid and I love Portal. I'm like, this game is fucking amazing. It's
awesome.
so good. Like that's where I'm really enjoying like the Steam Checklist Challenge, where I can like go in and just find games. I'm just like, I had this game for how long now, and I've never played it. The hell is wrong with me?
Well, it's cool to find hidden gems because there are a lot of indie games out there that are so good.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they didn't get any real recognition because in a lot of ways there's just a sea of indie games that they just kind of get buried under the tidal wave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, I try to raid the Let's Play My Game subreddit on occasion.
Oh yeah.
Find those.
and what's
I
that?
go- so there's a Let's Play /r/ Let's Play My Game, where basically small devs or any devs can go, hey, we're looking for people to do Let's Plays or streams of this game I've just made. And sometimes they offer keys or like, oh, just ask me for a key, I'll give you one, because they're trying to get promotion out for the games. These are usually guys like they may have, if they're lucky, one review or their Steam Greenlight or whatever.
Right.
Or they're just trying to get out word for the game. And I usually would do them as quick bites because I could just like go get it, download it, play it for half an hour, get something out there, and it helps promote them. And then there's sort of the off chance that maybe they'll promote me with a retweet or something.
Yeah.
Like it's sort of a way of like, again, synergizing with developers, with smaller developers, where you actually have a chance of getting something out there, because even though they only might have 100 followers, if one of their followers comes in, oh, that was a great video, I'm going to follow those guys. I mean, there's the greedy aspect to it that I want to get subscribers and I want to get views, but I also like promoting out the little guys. I mean, so many games I have played are made by the littler guys. I mean, like,
Yeah. And I wouldn't even
I mean-
consider that like greedy.
yeah,
Really.
I mean, because like before we recorded this, we were talking about, well, what's the second game we're going to play after Minecraft, and we were looking through our libraries, and one of you two was like, well, what do you guys have on Origin? I have Mass Effect 3. That's the only thing I have on Origin. For one primary reason, which is I have a pseudo boycott of Electronic Arts because of dumb shit they've done in the past.
Yeah.
And my rules are, the game has to have been out for a year, and I won't pay any more than $10 for it.
That's reasonable.
Yeah. Now, thankfully, EA doesn't release a lot that I care about. Like Mass Effect is currently about it.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I have the opposite issue with Ubisoft, where it's really hard to ignore their bullshit because they release the games I like.
Right.
Damn it.
I just wish, because Ubisoft has done worse than EA in some regards lately.
Yeah.
Lately, yeah.
Yeah. I up until Assassin's Creed 3, I loved the Ezio trilogy. It's one of my favorite sequences of games ever. And I'm just now getting to playing Assassin's Creed 4. I've ignored it ever since 3 came out.
Right.
But I'm like, man, I forgot how much I like Assassin's Creed. Damn it. So I don't know what it's like after that, but 4 has been really fun so far.
Is that Unity or Black Flag?
That's Black Flag.
Oh, Black Flag was stellar. Avoid Unity.
Yeah.
Unity, they should not be ever forgiven for that glitchy DF of a game. That game was a nightmare, and there are a lot of people who defend it that are like, well, it's really not that bad. It's really that bad. It was really awful. It was unplayable in some of the review copies, and yet it still got huge ratings. I was so mad.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate that they don't get punished for stuff like that. Developer studios.
The same. I mean, they're similar to they're what I call the new EA, and I mean I like Ubisoft games and I like some EA games, so I'm not just saying that they're the devil and leaving it at that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean I have my reasons for disliking them, much like I'm sure Davis has his reasons for disliking EA, and it's just it's a real unfortunate that they do the stuff they do, because they're not a bad company at heart. They're too big for their britches, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem, because their own companies like BioWare is still a great studio. It's just they get rushed by UB to put
that's
by EA to put stuff out. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And they get much like the Tom Clancy games, like The Division especially. That game had really lofty goals, and they were rushed to publish. And I mean, they're a first party, so that sort of stuff it drives me nuts. And Ubisoft has a lot of great IPs, but they don't do much with them.
All right, so I want to interject here for a second.
Yes.
So, to pseudo-promote my own show.
Please do.
Every Friday, we have a segment we call Game Raisers Discuss, where we either have topically relevant questions that we just kind of come up with on our own, or we get viewer-submitted questions.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to propose a question to you guys that we would like that's sort of kind of the idea of what we do on Game Raisers Discuss.
Okay.
Sounds good.
What is the most disappointing AAA game you have ever played?
Spore.
What?
Spore.
Spore?
Yep. Came out about 10, 15 years ago, the Evolution game.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Okay. Yeah, Spore was by far, not only because I waited half a decade to play it, but it was just such a mess, and there wasn't a whole lot you could do about it.
It's a really tough question.
Well, I'll tell you my answer, and it's crazy because this, for me, it's disappointing because not only is it my favorite game franchise and my favorite game company, period, but it's currently right there on the forefront of mine, especially as a new title in this franchise coming out. But for me, it's Skyward Sword.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
I have loved Zelda from the original one on the NES. I have played every major console release. I've played most of the handhelds, and I have literally played, I want to say 90% of all Zelda games to completion. This is how much I love Zelda. And I got through the first 3 dungeons of Skyward Sword before I was just, no. What I'm playing is a cheap facsimile, Zelda fan game. I don't know how Nintendo got that thing out there. It really just felt like, here is a path, follow this, and cool Zelda things will happen while you're on the path. Where's the exploration? Where's the fun and interesting story? And also, I didn't think it was possible to create a companion more annoying than Navi. I didn't think it was actually possible. No, the worst part was, I like Fi. It's a great design, it's a great concept, but the fact that she just constantly pesters you when you don't even ask for it, I'm like, where's the off switch for like, I know how to fucking play Zelda. Stop doing this to me. I mean, yeah, I've played plenty of disappointing games, but just like to love a franchise that much and then just get served something that's just so, it's not even undercooked, it's just the wrong recipe.
Yeah,
I guess is the right way to put it.
Completely wrong thing. You didn't even order it. It's like,
yeah, I'm like, it's
not
like,
even on the same menu.
I'm like, what would be like I ordered, like, I love pasta, so I ordered a delicious seafood Alfredo, and what I got was a salad. I'm like, what? No, this isn't what I wanted. Like, if you can tell, I like using food analogies.
Yes,
well, everybody
I like food too. So
yeah, well, it comes with the show title, where the game grades is for
Right.
slowly chewing through games, which is why our logo has a little bite taken out.
So going off of that idea, just
Well,
being
I have
disappointed
an
with
answer.
stuff. Oh, right. Sorry.
I want to answer.
Nope.
Let me answer. Now, do expansions count?
Sure, why
Like,
not?
Okay. World of Warcraft Cataclysm. That's
Oh,
fine.
really? Yeah.
Oh yeah. The things they did with that, they took a brilliant game and dumbed it down to probably the lowest common denominator that an RPG ever could be dumbed down to.
And that was the expansion after Wrath, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Some people still liked it then, but they took a good game and made it easy mode, which I never thought would be like something that Blizzard would do, because they've always been about like hardcore play with like Diablo 2 and stuff like that. So it was a bit of a shocker for them to remove core elements of the RPG in general, like talent trees they did away with eventually. They introduced a race nobody wanted. They ruined more or less the way that classic Azeroth looked by making the Cataclysm happen in it, and it looked like crap. They added flying to Azeroth, which is something people asked for but didn't really want, you know? Something
Like
that,
vanilla servers.
Yes, like one of the, and maybe it stems like from my disappointment that Blizzard will not get set up vanilla servers, but it is what it is. And that's a rant for later. So what were you gonna say, man? Because I could go on for ages with this. So, but
what I was thinking of is that whole having something hyped up so much where it's just impossible to live up to the expectations, or it's very difficult. It's like I'm starting to think that that's how Half-Life 3 is. And I think a lot of people have said this in the past, but I think it's just an interesting idea that a game can get too hyped and then there's no way to actually live up to that hype. So it's like, why make the game? Which isn't necessarily how it should work, but Jesus.
Well, I think that's where we're at with Half-Life 3. I think we will never ever see it.
Yeah.
So
It's better to like just have the whimsy and think of it however you want to, rather than what would ever actually come.
well, it's Duke Nukem Forever. That's what
Yeah.
it is. It's
Oh,
the
yeah.
new Duke Nukem Forever. And if I know they haven't been developing it and it hasn't gone through development hell, but no matter what they do, it will never live up to the juggernaut that is
Duke
the
Nukem
Half-Life
3D.
hype.
Or that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, so they're never gonna do it. It's never gonna happen. So I think that they should just leave it dead. I wish they would just say we're not gonna do this and just be done with it. But they'll never say it. So
Of course they would.
But I wish they would. I wish that they would go out of their way and say, hey, we aren't doing this. Sorry guys, it's done. It's done and dead, and it is what it is.
So actually, kind of to bring it back to the concept of disappointing MMOs and a topic that I had to leave off last time because I had to go say goodnight to my wife in the last episode. Final Fantasy 14 1.0.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
That was really bad. Now, thankfully, I don't think it didn't have like hype scale to it. So, like, was it terrible? Absolutely. Was I crushed and disappointed because it was terrible? A little bit, because I played so much Final Fantasy 11. But nah, I was like, okay, they're letting me play for free. I will give them the benefit of the doubt for a while. No, this sucks. I'll come back later if they fix things. Oh, look, they fixed things. Oh, look, 2.0 is coming. Wow, 2.0 looks amazing.
Yeah, and that's kind of what World of Warcraft needs right now. It needs either they need to release legacy servers like EverQuest did, or progression servers or legacy servers, whatever you call them, and do that, or they need to do a new MMO that goes back to basics.
Yeah.
At this point, it's unsalvageable, and they say that they're fixing stuff with Legion, which they said with, Mists of Pandaria, which they said with Warlords of Draenor. I mean, it's all empty promises, but I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt and take a look at it when it comes out.
Yeah.
But it's unfortunate that such a strong contender. Did either of you ever play World of Warcraft?
Yes, actually, I'll touch on that real quick because this is an interesting kind of segue from where I was before, which was I played Warcraft when it came out through the beginning of Burning Crusade. I'd never reached max level in that time period. And after I was done with that, I was like, I went back to Final Fantasy 11. I'm like, I probably won't ever touch WoW again unless they introduce Pandaren monks. And I watched Wrath go by. I watched Cataclysm go by. I'm like, okay, that's neat. That's cool. Maybe I'll come back to it at some point. We'll see. And then they announced Mists of Pandaria. Final Fantasy 14 1.0 still going. I'm playing in the last couple months of that because they fixed some stuff. It was kind of fun and engaging. I found a good group to be with. And then the server shut off. And in the time frame when the server shut off, Mists of Pandaria came out. And I held true that, yes, Pandaren monks are released. I'm going back to WoW. And so the time frame that Final Fantasy 14 was down, I was playing WoW for a few months. And I'll be damned if I was not correct. I loved my fucking Pandaren monks. It was amazing.
I wouldn't even have minded the Pandaren monks because they do have their place in lore so much if they hadn't gotten rid of talent trees. The one thing that I absolutely adored with World of Warcraft, the ability to make the most gimmicky, stupid rogue in the universe, or priest, like a battle priest that healed and did damage at the same time and stuff like that. That freedom was fun to me, and they when they removed that, they kind of removed my will to do it because I mean, there's other compounding factors. That's not my only issue with the game. So don't get me wrong. It's like the simplifying of Raid Finder, or the adding of Raid Finder, the heroic dungeon finder. I mean, all the stuff that totally removed the need to be in a guild to be able to function in the game,
or to even interact with other people.
Yeah, the need to interact with other people was just done. They removed that entirely, and that's where my problem came in. I mean, it's not like the game itself is bad. Like, if it were any other game, it would probably be decent. But the fact that they changed the core game so much and removed so many things, it really killed my interest in the game. And I've been going back, like, every expansion I give it another go, but I just can't. It just can't rehook me. I give it a fair shake, and it's like they added garrisons to Warlords of Draenor, which I was like, that's cool, and then it turns out you just sit in your garrison all the time with nobody to interact with. Yeah. So it's like, this is dumb. Like, you guys are further secluding me. Like, include me and stuff. Make it worthwhile for me to play with other people. Make WoW social again, you know?
Yeah, and Cataclysm was the last expansion that I played. I was super hardcore into WoW for a while. Like, I was doing the top tier raids and stuff. And
I played for 6.5 years.
Yeah.
I put a lot of time into that freaking game.
I can't remember what my /played was, but I know it was in the weeks. So.
Yep. Mine was into the months, I believe.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
My /play time on Final Fantasy 11.
Oh my god, I can only imagine. I had a friend who played a lot of FF11.
By the time I probably logged out for the final, I don't know what it was, but I can tell you it at least probably had to be 13 or 14 months of logged-in time.
That's crazy.
Now, there is a sort of caveat to that, which was I would leave up a bazaar in my character. You had to be logged in, and people could click on your character and view items on a shop on you.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I'd stay logged in so people could browse my shop. But I would definitely say at least 3/4 of that time was me actually playing the game.
Oh yeah. And I mean, even with my playtime, a lot of that was just farming for stuff. So having Netflix or whatever equivalent was available back in 2008.
Yeah.
And just watching a movie while farming for ore in the jungle or whatever the hell it was called. I can't even remember.
Yeah.
Yatunga?
Yep.
Or Yoder?
Yep.
I ran into the same thing. It was like a lot of my time honestly was spent sitting around in Orgrimmar selling things, because back then like enchants and stuff you couldn't sell in the auction house. So I would spend a lot of time sitting in Orgrimmar. just being like, anyone need enchants? Got plenty of enchants here. And then you'd spend...
WTS enchants.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Did somebody say Thunder Fury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker?
Yup. Crusader enchant. And I made a fortune in gold off of that. And you know, you'd go out and farm, or you'd take your profits, and then they had really cool mods out there. Like there was an auctioneer mod that you could scan the auction house, and then I got serious with it. Like I would scan the auction house, and then it would actually show you like trends in prices.
Yeah,
and so like
crazy.
I would, you could do like view graphs and crap of price trends, and then you could actually actively scan the auction house for deals based on those trends. So like if something was really cheap, so you'd look specifically for Crusader enchant mats or whatever, and then you'd go and buy those mats cheap and then resell the enchant at a premium because no one else was doing the enchant. And yeah, and you'd make a fortune that way.
Awesome. Yeah, I did that with Guild Wars 2.
Yeah, and I did that with WoW. I made my money playing the raw materials game. I would pick up I would usually pick up miner is what I would do.
Yeah.
I'd work in raw metals. And be like, I'd get blacksmiths, but I could forge them up into ingots and stuff.
Yeah, ingots, and make your money off of the blacksmiths.
Yeah, and I did the same thing in Final Fantasy 14. Where you're not limited to do crafting, you can do any and all things at any time.
I love that about Final Fantasy 14. It's a great feature.
Yeah, by the time I left 14, I had gotten all of my crafting classes to level 50 at least.
Nice.
That's
awesome.
And I had gotten all the specialized gear for it. I'm like, yay! I'm adorable because I'm a Lollapalooza.
Lollapalooza are great too.
So another quick plug for me, though not for game grazers. Actually, I at least try to. I have not done so well lately because I've gone into YouTube rather than playing Final Fantasy 14. But I operate a Final Fantasy 14 information site called xiv-minions.com, which is for hunting the little pets in the game. Nice. So, if you ever want to know where to find pets in Final Fantasy 14, there you go.
Crap. I remember when I was playing Guild Wars, I had like my giant Excel spreadsheet that has all the base price of all the the materials, and I was a material farmer as well, just getting all the crafting stuff. And
I got pushed out in WoW for materials farming by Chinese gold farmers. Actually, that was my big competition, and it totally killed the market on my server because I was on one of the original servers to ever come out, like one of the vanilla. Like one of the first servers that they did when they did the initial expansion of the game, like in terms of like they had so many subscribers that they were like, we need to add more servers.
Yeah.
And when I was in that, like my server was in that first wave, and it was a big target for gold farmers, like hardcore. So anyways, continue. I'm sorry.
No, that my shameless plug is over for something I'm not doing nearly adequately well enough. So if anyone who is a fan of XIV Minions is listening to this show, I apologize absolutely 100% profusely for being absolutely shit at that right now. I'm sorry. I'm busy on YouTube. YouTube.com/GameGrazers.
Getting that YouTube money.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah! Like, comment, subscribe. All of my $2 in ad revenue.
Woohoo!
$2? I'm up to 2 cents.
Yeah. Well, I did get lucky. I got a lucky video. So one video accounts for like 55% of all views on my channel.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat, actually.
So this is kind of a fun story if you're into YouTube and like being in the right place at the right time, because one thing you'll know is like if there's a game coming out and you want to get on that gravy train, it's kind of you've got to be in the right place at the right time to do it.
Yep, it's got to be at the exact right moment when everybody's looking for it.
Yeah. So here's what ended up happening. I was on Reddit one day. Not like just regular old Reddit. And the top post for the GIFs subreddit, and yes, I say GIFs, deal with it.
Nope,
Yeah.
that's the proper way to say it.
Yes, good.
It's
Was
the only way to say it.
I like
Which
the
was-
Idea Channel's version of saying it, which is jife, which just
Jife,
pisses
yeah.
everybody off in the comments. It's great.
anyway.
Awesome.
Anyway, so the top post for GIFs was like pixel art animations for what looked like scientists fighting each other, like a scientist fighting game. And with a little bit of digging through the comments, I found out that was actually a real game. It was a web Unity game put out by a Brazilian science magazine called Super Interessante. And it's called Science Combat. And you can like play as like Isaac Newton, Charles Darwin, Albert Einstein, Stephen Hawking, a whole bunch of different guys.
I think I remember seeing that GIF.
Yeah. So I went out and I went to play it. I'm like, I'm going to go home tonight. I'm going to play this game and do quick fights on it. And that's still back when I did quick fights as like giving my thoughts as it went on. And I think so far, because I still get like somewhere between 10 and 20 views on it every 48 hours.
Wow, nice.
Nice.
It's like it's over like I think it's over 6,000 views now or something. But I still think to this day I'm the only English-speaking Let's Player to cover that game.
Nice.
And if you search it in YouTube, we're the second highest ranked video for that game after the actual trailer itself. And the trailer, like when it gets like, oh, come playing next, plays our video. So that's where a lot of the views on that come from.
Nice. That's awesome.
Now so when that came out, that translated to some new subscriptions, but not a lot.
Yeah.
And so even though I have 6,000 views on this thing, it's like I haven't gained much out of it. It's just sort of this weird anomaly within my thing. So sometimes I post videos for contests, like on the Let's Play subreddit for like on Sucky Sunday or other areas where I am, and those will tend to get more views because like, oh, that's cool. Let's go check out what these guys won for. So usually it's compilations or certain things. We won Cutest Couple as a superlative once. It was kind of funny.
Nice.
I don't know how Andy is nowhere near cute, especially in the things that he says. If you didn't catch the last episode and you want to hear an example of like the kind of things my co-host says, we were playing Saints Row the Third.
Great game.
Which is a great game, and I let him play it every so often just because I kind of need to let him off his leash a little bit. And I realized I should no longer let him play this game when, like, on one of the last sessions where I knew we were recording because we were taking a break to go play other things. He ended up shooting some gang lady in her stomach, and I don't know if you want to censor anything I'm about to say, but you are welcome to say that.
That would require editing.
Yeah.
Editing. So I apologize. So not safe for work warning. So he shoots this lady in her gut. He's like, yeah, that's right. I'm going to shoot you in your uterus, bitch. That's what I call reproductive rights.
Oh my god.
And I was just like, wow. Wow.
Time to cut him off.
Yeah. So
You've had one too many.
so small fun fact of my show. I've only ever bleeped out one word on the entire run of the show. And that was midi-chlorians.
Nice.
How are you supposed to take no damage in this one?
Magic. Hacks.
Magic.
Yeah. You must
Game
have to
Genie.
have a certain spell or something.
The
Turn on the
PC
game
Genie.
shark, man.
Man, can you imagine if they made like USB Game Sharks these days?
Oh man. You just plug it in and you're instantly good at Call of Duty. All about it.
Well, that or you're instantly hacked.
Right. That too. Oh man.
All right, so let's see. I actually have been writing down random topics to talk about over the last couple days because, like I said before, I always think of topics and I never write them down. Then I feel like a dumbass when I'm on the show.
Yes. And
So,
what are we talking about?
I'm in
Yeah.
the same damn boat, which I'm glad you made that. I'm glad you made that doc. So that
Well,
we
this
can add
isn't
some
even on the
stuff.
dock. This is
Oh, it's
just
not.
this
You
is just
gotta add
oh,
some
that
more
was dumb
stuff.
damage. Then they're not very intense topics. Like one of them I had was, what is the longest amount of time you've had pizza consecutively?
You want to talk about consecutive pizza?
Yes.
I can tell you about consecutive
Okay,
pizza. You ready?
that's-
I think a week for me. I'll just
Oh,
put
boy.
that out there. Yeah.
So I don't know, like, it's not like 100% consecutive, but this isn't even me. This is my office mate at work.
All right.
Like I don't want to go too much into his personal, but basically he's the sole income earner, and he and his wife, in addition to the job he does where we work, he also raises livestock.
Okay.
Interesting.
So basically, like, the majority of their money goes towards paying bills and raising their livestock, and even littler money goes to feeding themselves.
I know some people like that.
So he would basically, at the start of the week, get like a super cheap deal on pizza at Domino's, keep 2 pizzas in the fridge at work, and eat nothing but like a couple slices of pizza at lunch every day. And I think he did this basically for a time span of for about 3 months.
Oh my God.
I'm like, how? How do you do that? You need variety. He's like, I get variety in toppings. That is not variety. I'm like, I don't care if you have a meat pizza and a veggie pizza.
I get
no.
so fed up with it.
Yeah, I would
too. For me, it was like college/high school age. So I mean, it was self-inflicted, but it was like you buy 2 large pizzas for really cheap, and you throw them in the fridge and you reheat them over and over, no matter how funky they get.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
That sort of thing. So I did that. I lived off it for like a week because I didn't want to spend money on fast food because I had a really low-paying job at the time, and you know, I was in college, so.
Yeah, I think my record is just like 3 or 4 days, but that's just like having it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't eat it for every meal, but
well, it's just
I
one of
had
those.
it, like, I would have it every day.
I can't remember if it was a college thing for me or if it was just like, you know, I had leftover pizza, so I ate that for breakfast.
Yeah, don't let it go to waste.
And then, you know, you go out to eat for lunch, and you're just like, oh, let's just have some, and then it's dinner, and 3 days later, you're like, oh my God, what have I done?
What have I done?
I feel horrible about myself. What is wrong with me?
Yeah, I had to go to a work function for my wife last night, which went to this like old colonial like tavern kind of place. Mm-hmm. But supposedly they have some of the best fried chicken in the area, and I'll admit it was really good. I don't know if it's the best I've had in the area, but it is damn good fried chicken. But it wasn't on my dollar at all; it was on her company's dollar.
Nice.
So I ended up like eating a thigh and 5 drumsticks. And my wife was like, "Can you eat any more chicken?" I don't know. I might be able to.
Give me a minute.
And we came back, and I had to tell my mother-in-law who was babysitting her toddler. I was like, "So how's the fried chicken?" I'm like, "I ate all the chicken." All of it? Yes. No one else had any. I ate all the chicken.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, like, it was really moist. It had nice crunchy skin, but it was just a little bit salty. I think that was my issue with it. Very southern. Very southern.
Where are you located?
I am in Virginia.
Okay. I'm down in Florida.
Yeah,
Florida.
And I'm up.
Florida.
No, go ahead.
You go ahead.
Oh, I'm up in Minnesota, so I'm kind of in the opposite direction of you guys.
Yeah. No, I went to school in Orlando for college.
Oh, nice.
Went to Full Sail.
Orlando is a lovely place. Yeah, Full Sail is a great place. I know a lot of folks who went to Full Sail. Thus is the life being involved with
digital
tech
media
and gaming circles. You know, you get to know people that went to Full Sail and all that stuff. So
yeah,
we've got Tampa Technical Institute as well, which has a game program as well.
Yeah, I went into web specifically is what.
Nice.
I went digital media, so I kind of learned all the sort. I mean, that's how I know like Photoshop, Illustrator, After Effects, Premiere, all that fun stuff.
Nice.
Oh yeah, and
I'm basically
yeah.
I'm specifically in web, but I consider myself sort of like a digital media specialist is what I do.
Yeah, and I went to college for graphic design, so I'm kind of in the same boat where I did a lot of web stuff, not a lot of print stuff, but you know, that whole sphere of creative things, and now I'm programming for a living, so you know.
I went to school for IT because I didn't know what the hell I wanted to do, and now that I know what I want to do, I'm kicking myself for not specializing in digital media and stuff.
In YouTube?
Yeah.
Get your YouTube degree?
Get that YouTube money.
From Professor PewDiePie.
Exactly.
That'd be terrible.
Oh my gosh. No, but I mean, I wish. I mean, if I had started on Twitch, because like I knew about Twitch a long time ago, like when it first moved from Justin TV to Twitch, and I never really got involved with it because I was like, it'll never catch on. And now that I look at it, I'm like, I kick myself like all the time. I'm like, I could have been doing that because I had the know-how. I know how to do all that crap. Like, I had a video capture device. Like, I could have played freaking GameCube games and crap on it. Oh, I was so mad at myself. I still am. I still kick myself a little bit because, like, it's like I could have had an audience. I could have been a contender, you know?
Could have been a somebody.
Exactly.
No, but bomb.
I mean, I'm happy with what I do. Like, I do system administration, and I honestly really dig it. It's a lot of fun. You know, you deal with code issues and debugging and troubleshooting, and I love getting into the nitty-gritty of that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's I don't know. It's just I love the interaction and the you know, the just what Twitch and you know, digital media brings. It's freaking fun. I just have a really good time with it.
And we were talking about this a little bit last week, where it's just like, this isn't really playing games, it's more of a form of entertainment.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like you're basically replacing TV.
Right.
And
Well, I mean, because what's on TV? There's not a whole lot of great stuff out there. It's reality shows and then the occasional good thing like Game of Thrones or The Flash or, you know, that
Flash
sort of
was
stuff.
pretty good.
I didn't watch any of those, but
But
I'm a bum.
You're a bum.
But isn't the Flash isn't on cable television though, is it?
It's on CW. It's on
Oh,
network.
it's on CW. Okay.
Yeah, I think the
Because I
one
know,
you're
like,
thinking...
wasn't Arrow? Am I wrong?
Yeah,
there?
it's the same universe. They're linked.
But
Yeah.
is Arrow CW as well? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on CW.
Daredevil's the one that was Netflix only.
Daredevil. That's
Daredevil's
right. Yeah.
so good and
Yeah.
really violent.
DC, yeah. DC's on CW. Marvel's on Netflix.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I really
And-
liked Daredevil.
I've not seen. I don't have Netflix. I haven't seen it.
It's worth watching, but it's pretty brutal, especially later on. It gets not Kill Bill levels of violence, but it grazes that.
Yeah, I think my favorite show of all time is. I don't watch much TV, so it's probably very limited. I could probably watch different things, but it's Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I've never seen that.
Ah, so good. Like, just ignore the fact it's a cartoon and just get into the characters in the story. You're like, why have I not watched this show? This show is amazing.
Oh yeah, and I can totally do that. I'm a big fan of Steven Universe, so it's like
Yeah.
I really do like cartoons and just how, and I watched a lot of Archer too. So like I can totally get into that thing of cartoons.
Yeah.
I know my wife has been watching, not lately, but now I can't remember what it's called. Shit. I'll think of it later.
After the show's done.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, no, like
BoJack
it was one
Horseman.
of those things.
That's what it was.
Yeah, like I mean, like the thing I'll say about Avatar, like you, like it's like, oh, it's a kids show and it's fun adventures and kung fu and yeah, I'm like, in episode 3 they reintroduced why it's called The Last Airbenders because all the airbenders were killed in a genocide 100 years ago. You're like, genocide.
It's a little
kid show.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's it much like with like Gravity Falls. I love that show, and that's another great cartoon.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely adore Gravity Falls. Probably one of the greatest cartoons to have come out in a very long time. And I'm not saying Steven Universe isn't. I don't know anything about Steven Universe because I have no interest in it. But
It's good.
I've heard. Wife really likes it, so I'm not gonna knock it. A lot of people love that show, but I just don't have any interest in it. You know, it's like one of those things. But I heard
Well, you don't share my opinion, so you're a jackass.
But they like
Thus
apparently
says the internet.
apparently they ruined Powerpuff Girls with the reboot, and they screwed up a lot of reboots that they've done lately. So unfortunately,
Yeah.
so cartoons, you know, are up and down a lot.
I think most
Not
things
mine.
are.
Yeah,
Everything's got ups and downs. I mean,
but cable television's on the way out, so
yeah.
I'm pretty excited
much.
for when cable television dies entirely, and we can just move on to digital media, period,
That
and
would
just
be
do
nice.
everything. Yeah, I can't. I've totally cut the cord. I haven't had cable in since like 2009.
Yeah, I'm about the
So-
same.
Yeah, I usually, if there's a TV show that I want to watch, usually you can find it streaming online or on YouTube. So it's like, whatever.
Yeah, and Amazon's really good at posting most shows, if not Amazon, Hulu, or somewhere else.
Yep, and usually they're available for free, or at least part of it for free.
And really shortly
Hulu's
after
case.
they air too.
Yep.
Like, it's so surprising. I'm really starting to wonder when movies are going to go that direction. And I know they kind of have to some point, but just having a movie out, like on like just to purchase digitally, even a couple weeks after.
Yeah, like as the father of a 2.5-year-old, where I don't really get to go, like going to movies is something I have to coordinate. Like,
Oh yeah,
like tomorrow night. So the night after we record, I don't know when you guys put out episodes.
Saturday and
but-
Sunday.
Yeah, Saturday, Sunday.
So by the time this airs, I'll have seen the new Ghostbusters movie. And as I say before, I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan, and I want to go and check it out, just and have my own opinion of it.
Mm-hmm.
But like, that's like sweet. I have to like tell her like, oh, I'm going to plan on going to see Ghostbusters. It's on this day, so you'll be home with the child, and you'll have to do this and make sure you got everything. Like, it's a chore for me to go out to the movies.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if someone said, well, it's opening weekend, and for $20 you can get a 24-hour window to watch like a movie, like either the weekend it comes out or the day it comes out, like I would totally fucking pay that shit.
$20 is almost cheaper than going to the movies.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you get
Or,
you
know,
get
or
into getting a
something.
drink or,
Yeah.
or whatever and kiss that money goodbye.
But yeah,
I mean,
even like
it's
$40, they would probably have a pretty solid market for that.
yeah.
Yeah, but there is a definitive market, and because also you can have multiple people watching one. You know, you could spend
Yeah.
$40 and get a movie, and then you're both watching it. And that's $20 a person for like a ticket. Like, and I would be okay with that. I don't like I like going to opening nights because there's a certain energy and vitality to the audience there. Like I saw, I think I saw like the last Harry Potter opening night. I saw Star Wars opening night. I saw
Oh, nice.
Captain America Civil War opening night. Like, that's when you're getting the fans, the people who are going to be fun and electric, and you're going to just get caught up in the storm with them, and that's really
Right.
fun and exciting. But when you go like 2 weeks later, you're going to get the random fucking teenager behind you who's texting or talking with their friends, and you're like, shut the fuck up, I'm trying to watch a movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know?
Ah, shit.
Like, and I had this like long string of going to movies and having someone somehow ruin it. That by the time like it's like I think we went to go see Scott Pilgrim, and there were teenagers talking behind us. And we went to go see something else, and there were other people talking. Went to another movie, and someone was like texting. And then we went to go finally see the first Avengers like a month after it had come out in theaters, just because we were busy adults. This is well before I had children, and there was a person, like, it was a practically empty theater. There was a person like halfway down texting, and I'm like, that's it. I've had it. I got up, left the theater, got a staff member, and told her to turn her goddamn phone off. I'm like, I'm not like, so I now have like super low tolerance for people in movies who do that kind of stuff. Like, so I saw Star Wars opening night, but my wife didn't. So we went on a date a couple weeks later. We have this really nice like diner theater or dinner theater now,
Yep.
where they have
Yeah.
like really cushy seats, and there's like
We've-
really small theaters.
We've got a couple of those now, yeah.
Yeah, ours is called Violet Crown. We're getting the whatever the other one was, the Draft House, Element Draft House.
Oh,
But,
nice. I'm jealous.
Yeah, but so like, but here it's like it's nice because you get to take your food in. They have like the big cushy reclining chairs. Like in the theater that you're in sits a maximum of like 15 people.
Oh, cool.
Like it's really super nice and small. You're not like it's not
They're
crowded.
very, very cozy and
Yeah, very cozy. Like it's very easy to forget you're not on your couch at home watching a movie. But so we went to go see Force Awakens, and there was this like nice little old lady sitting next to me, who was like talking to her husband, who was probably hard of hearing, but like she was like talking like as she was sitting like in her living room. It's like, oh, that girl doesn't need any help. And I was like, ma'am, please not like talk at that volume while I watch the movie. And she's like, I never got like a, I'm sorry or anything. She's like, oh, okay. Like, and like I was like afraid, like I still like I have that social anxiety. I'm like, did I make her angry or whatever? And I was like totally expect her to like kind of like
Right.
step into me. But after the fact, she got quiet and was like, she would lean over and whisper to her husband. I'm like, because I think sometimes people don't realize they're doing bullshitty things until you call them out on their bullshit.
And it's very true. I mean, it happens in social situations a lot because they, in their mind, they're just out on a date with, you know, their significant other, and they're not, you know, they get kind of tunnel vision when it comes to, you know, around them, and they just kind of float with what their social situation in their mind is. Hey, I'm out on a date. I can be as loud as I want. And they don't realize that they're affecting other people with their behavior.
Yeah. So So that's where I've gotten to now. It's like so I either try to go like as early as possible, or I usually just wait till it comes out on video, because when I go to those settings, it's like I don't want to deal with the bullshit.
Yep.
And the only time I'll put up with the bullshit is when I'm in an opening night where I expect the bullshit to happen. If you're expecting it, then you don't care, and then you just get kind of caught up in the hype of the moment. You know?
Yeah, like if people cheer in the middle of the theater, which I hate. I didn't mind it so much with Star Wars, because you
get wrapped up in it.
Well,
yeah,
and
you expect
you have that environment where people are kind of expected to do that almost, because you know everybody there is a fan.
Yeah,
exactly.
And plus, there's the energy too. Like you can it's almost electric. Like you can just feel everybody's excitement in the room, and it just makes a huge difference in your tolerance of that, I think. Because when you're in a quiet environment with like 15 people, you don't expect people, to talk. You just shut up. We're all here to enjoy the film. Be quiet.
Yeah, I think the only movie that I went to a midnight release of was Firefly, and that was the environment where everybody was like cheering when somebody did something rad, and it's like that's cool. Like that you're surrounded by people who are very like-minded. But if somebody was on their phone and texting or whatever, I'd be pretty pissed off.
Yeah,
I don't really go to movies anymore.
Yeah.
I think the last movie we went to was Zootopia.
That was a good movie.
That was a good movie.
All right, so we are at 55 minutes. I think this is a good place to stop.
But I want to keep talking.
Well, you can always come back later.
Always come back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You're always welcome to come back.
I'll just go to the hard area and probably die right away. So
speaking of you, Davis.
Yes.
You want to go ahead and plug your channel?
Do I have to do it slow again?
No. This room's kind of kicking my ass.
Yeah.
You're good.
I'm good. Okay, so I am one half of the Game Grazers. I'm also the creative lead. The Game Grazers is a Let's Play show. We also have a short review series called Quick Bites, which are based on first impressions. My co-host is a gutter-minded son of a bitch. Every Friday we have discussions. I do live streamings on Friday nights. It's an all-around fun time. It's nothing too dissimilar from most of your internet video gaming fare, but we like to have fun with it, and we hope that you'll have fun with us. We are the Game Grazers. We're on YouTube, we're on Twitch, we're on Twitters and Facebooks and all the fun stuff, and all of those are like /Game Grazers, or you can always try to find a way to deal with us at GameGrazers.com. That's my spiel. Like, comment, subscribe.
Yay. Thank you. And my lovely co-host Ben, how about yourself?
I didn't say hi. You can find me at
Just did.
Ben. Shh. You're too pretty to talk. You can find me online at Ben_Burns, BURNES, on Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, and YouTube. I primarily do music production, but I've been doing more games lately, which has been fun. And yeah, I post a lot of stuff everywhere. So,
yay!
That's pretty much it.
Well, you can find me, Tim. I represent Insert Coin Theater, which right now is just me. But you can find me on Twitter at ICT_podcast, on Twitch at Insert Coin Theater, so twitch.tv/InsertCoinTheater. You can find me on the web at InsertCoinTheater.com. Got a new site coming soon, hopefully within the next week or two. Gonna have reviews and all sorts of cool stuff. And then on YouTube, youtube.com/InsertCoinTheater.com. That's InsertCoinTheater, DOTCOM. So check us out, like and subscribe. Do that.
Yep.
Do that, please. That helps us more than you know. If you
seriously.
appreciate this video at all, hit that thumbs
the subscribe button.
Exactly. Listen to Arnold Schwarzenegger. He knows best. He's the governor.
It's honestly like so surprising, and I don't. It's a very short topic, but it's so surprising how important that kind of stuff is. And this isn't like some kind of PSA or anything, but just like for people who don't do this creative work, just clicking the button and getting the word out there, it's incredibly powerful.
It is. It does. It makes a big difference, and it does change where you show up in the listings and how often you're searched and all that crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So.
And I never do it because I hate doing it.
I know, me
I'll
too.
be honest with you, I have the same problem. I've tried to get better. I really have. It's just so hard because with auto playlists and everything, you just let it play and you don't ever really think about it. Like I put it up on TV, on my TV, because I don't watch television. I watch YouTube. I watch Let's Plays and stuff like that, like all the friggin' time. And you can't like on the TV. Like if you use like a Amazon Fire Stick or anything like that, you can't thumbs up or comment or or so even subscribe through it. You have to. It's a pain in the butt. So, anyways, thank you for joining us on the Mandatory Social Interaction Show. Please like and subscribe to this video, and we love you.
We
And,
love you.
We will see you next week, where we'll come at you with some more insane topics and
Hot topics.
hot topics. Where we
Next
will,
time.
we will
Oh,
dress
wait.
like emo kids and put on black lipstick and
put on
listen to My Chemical Romance.
Vote for Pedro shirt.
Next
Nice.
time on social. Next time on Mandatory Social Interaction. These guys are fucking dumbasses.
Yeah, that's about right.
That's about right.
All right, take
Well,
care,
This
guys.
summer.
Thanks again. Is it coming this summer? It is summer. I'm
It is
confused.
summer now. Deal with
Summer 2017.
it. Duh.
Thank you again, Davis, for joining us.
Yeah, thanks so
Yep.
much, man.
And thank you for watching. Have a lovely, lovely week.
See ya.
Ciao.